nice music. Alright, guys. Week 6 out of 8 weeks. So we don't have much time anymore. 3/4 there. What you've done so far is that, you know, what's in week 1? Yeah, the restaurant rep. Well, what do you learn in there? Certain routes and controller stuff. Week 2, logging in, authentication stuff. Week 3, yeah, it's just like pretty nested forms, all this crazy and testing, crazy forms in the event management website. Week 5, JavaScript, and then well, in week 4 was JavaScript, and week 5 was WebSockets. But to take a website to production, there are a lot of other things. So I'll cover some of the concepts this week. There's a lot of them. Obviously, some you can learn by yourself, but there are always some things that can be a little tricky. So I hope I can save you guys a lot of time by doing it together. Before we get to our class, I like to revisit our exorcism challenge. Alright, wow, I have some more people. Now, you guys are so lazy, you're doing it today. Why do you want... Oh, wow, you want to join the Swift organization too now?
Wait, is that what it is?
You joined the wrong group. It's okay though. Maybe I shouldn't have admitted you. Alright. Actually, what's funny, I did a little experiment. I showed this in class for the other 2 groups, and I did not show it in class. I wanted to use all the time for the lab last time. We learned a lot in the last lab, right? The real-time chat stuff. There's not enough time, but I also just wanted to just give you guys instruction and see, what happens. And so that's why it's completely okay if you haven't submitted, but do what you can. In week 5, if you revisit, I added a tab here, and this is what we also learn on the side, besides Ruby stuff and besides your group project. And in last week, I want everyone to start reading stuff about strings and arrays, how you use that in Ruby. And this week, I'll spend maybe half an hour doing lab to teach a little bit about big O, notation, and hash tables. Linked list is a little hard to explain in the context of Ruby, but you can read that as well. Okay, so let's say for this assignment, right, what you were asked is to join your class here, and in this, well, this view is really confusing, but now we can look into our class. These are the people in the class, and I can hopefully also click on any and let's see, oh, some of you did a lot of work, and that's very encouraging. And I can, maybe if you want to send this link to me and ask, hey, is this solution good enough, can it be better, feel free to do that. And there's a community, right, that I think there's a question like, who's this guy? He posts really useful comments. So do you believe he's a human or he's a bot? He posts on a lot of people, yeah? So I think he's a bot, but then this is a very cool way. Basically, you check certain patterns, right? He could be a human, right? You click on his history. Maybe he just loves helping people. Maybe he's the founder of this thing, and I don't know.
He's a bot.
Is he a bot?
I mean, he comment on my thing like 1 second after.
So that's about 1 second after. Yeah, but even this, you can see really useful content already. Now, so what exactly is it? Let me explain to you exorcism. There are 2 other websites that are really good on your own time, and maybe if we run an interview prep course, we'll use those. HackerRank and InterviewBit. But for this one, I like it because it's more like coding on the terminal here. It's not online, and so what we're doing is we use this command line tool. Okay, you all install it. What it does is then you can fetch any, you can exercise from any language. Okay, So you now understand there's a fetch thing, right? And the structure of the lesson is that there's in your home folder there's an exorcism folder, and if you practice some other languages, it show up here as well. But for the sake of our class, it's all in here. So I did a couple in the last class. So some of the exercises have been updated, but they're here, right? See, I showed them exactly 1 year ago. There's a Ruby class that I showed this a year ago. So I did fetch Ruby. So there's this difference of squares, and then this problem is not submitted. So let's say if I go in there, okay, let's look at the file. In general, you want to read both, and in this case, you want to implement a file called difference of squares.rb. You see, we only learned rspec so far, and there's an underscore spec at the end of the file. The name, right? File name. Test is the same. So if I just very quickly view the README file, and I view the let's say this is the README file, and this is the difference. This one. All right. So then you read this, and then what you want to do is you implement README file. You don't have to read too much into it, right? Because it's quite obvious from the test. And then so you also have to look into the test, and as you get one test passed, then you skip and get to the other. This one is very similar to the rspec thing that we've done, right? Except in mini test. So for example, Ruby difference in this. I run this right now. Why is it complaining? The first test is the file has to exist, right? Difference of squares.rb, right? So maybe you see the way it adds tasks here. I need to implement this method, difference of square. Difference of square, just a class like that. Save and then run again. Yeah. And then so you already see this is skip and this is error. So one error, uninitialized constant square. So how do you fix this error? How do you fix that error? Oops. Wait, sorry, Tim, you saying? Define another one in here? So maybe the one outside is just a module, huh? Or depends. So run it again, or not Vim. Ruby, and then it say uninitialized constant squares. That's weird. Did anyone finish running this one? So I need a different thing called squares. Yeah? Square, difference of square. Oh, you say changes to square? No, see, look, this is just checking for squares. So technically, I need another thing called squares. And then the test will say, so now when it requires this file, right, you have two types of classes here. So now the test is what line? 11, right? So I go back to the line 11. Let's look at this file. Assert this thing, right? How do you implement this file? Square.new, so it's checking this method, right? So you want the square of sum method, square of sum, right? And then there's a square.new, so there's a number here, right? Square of sum. So let's say if I return 25, yeah, and if I run this test, does it pass? 225. So I get the first test passed by putting 225 here. One step at a time. Yeah? One assertion means one passed. So there are ways to run it with colors as well, right? Minitest lets you run it with colors. You can do that. There's some instructions you can Google. And then, well, how can you actually implement this with the next test. So let's say if I do skip here and I run this, and now you have the second thing fail. Do you guys know what we have to implement? Right now, just a square thing. So if I pass in, squares dot new 5 and then square of sum, this should return 225, right? If I run the second test, 10 square new 10, then this should return what? 3025. Yeah? Who knows how to implement this method? As in, just give me some ideas. How can I have these two things? Yeah? Okay. If else statement. You see how I don't even need to run Rails console, right? Open the console. You can open the console by saying IRB, right? And then you can say require file, like, difference of squares.rb. Hey, bad. I'm not sure if require relative works for. Yeah, so then you can do squares here and then you can test it. Yeah? And then you can run it like, square of sum. But I just need to run this file test. Yeah? This test file, and I just make sure it's correct. So technically square of sum is from 1 to num. But now I need this num, so maybe I define an accessor num. Yeah? And then CSA accessor num is num. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so then from here to here, what do I need to do? I take the sum of the square, right? So I can map this guy, convert it to an array, and then map. Each element I multiply by itself. Yeah? And then maybe I can do sum. So let's say 1, 2, 3, and I dot sum 6. So if I do like that, do you think it works? You can try it here, like 1 to 5 dot map e times e, enter. So that's that, and then as you do sum, that's 55. Sum of squares. Is it squares of sum? What? Square of sum. So I got it wrong. So I got, this will be sum, and then square itself, right? So then maybe I have a sum method, which is just 1 to num, sum like that, and then here will be sum times sum, right? Does it make sense? But if you do sum here and then it calculate this twice, so I say, hey, if you already calculate sum, then keep it as a variable. So if I run this right now, I have 2 assertions passed. Having a test, right, allow you to move things around and you can change things. It's really convenient. But then all right, let's try turn off that skip and run it for the 3rd time. It passed again. Now it's a good sign. Our algorithm is looking correct. You see how Ruby allows you to write very readable text. Sum of square. What is this one? Sum, square of sum and sum of squares. So sum of square is exactly what I just wrote. Sum of squares. What I wrote earlier, right? Which is what? Num, map, square it up, and then sum. Yeah? So you could run it and then keep seeing how it will fail and then make it past. So let's say here again, sum of square 10, pass again, right? So test sum of square 100, that's fine. Now you test the difference. So it's kind of weird, no? The difference of squares dot difference. What does that mean? Well, we can try our guess. Alright, so Where's the third one here? Oh, so difference between one and the other. Yeah, so this one's now really easy. You have your, okay, as if this is not clear, it looks like difference of square dot RB here. It looks like there's a difference method. Difference, you take the sum of square. Which one is bigger? Square of sum minus sum of squares, right? So if I do that, and then maybe I can test, run again. Hey, passed. Maybe if I'm lucky, I get that to pass. They're all testing the same thing except different number. You all can see, right? You can see the code. All right, 10 passed. So much fun, right? And then it's testing. If you run it again and run it again, it will be the same. So sometimes people write code and there's a bug. It only returns the result once. So I think we have no problem there. And test bookkeeping. So this thing is like, sometimes the question, the problem statement changes over time. So they want to keep the thing called version. So you're forced to define a thing called version because you're solving this question for the version 2. After you submit this all works, right? But someone else update the problem question, right? The problem statement, they can change it to version 3. Yeah, so your code is still accepted. So I think I get all of this done. All right, so all of that 12 assertions, I didn't prepare anything. I was doing it with you guys. There are ways to make it even shorter. So it looks like I don't even need this difference of square thing, huh? So I can just remove maybe just that. Run. I forgot to. My bad. Just I edit the files in 2 places. I keep this version, and okay. And then let's run the Ruby thing one more time. Ruby difference. Nope. Test. Done. All submit. So what do you do next? Exorcism. Submit. And then just pass this file. Yeah? And after that, you can command click on this in the terminal. You can even see solution. So I already submitted. And then you can see the code here. And you can all comment on it. Yeah? And because you've done that, so technically you don't have to push the code for me to see on GitHub. I can see it here. What I want is you guys create a sort of a folder with my README file, so I know that you read the text that I asked you, right? And then you do this work. That's okay. And then the GIF you guys created is very helpful. I can see that you run it, and then some of you have colors, some don't. Okay, so go home and make sure let's finish all these guys. So. And then we can see in our class who get more. So how do I see our class? Ruby class. There must be a way. Like I can see how many people solve these problems. I'm not sure. This filter is really confusing. There's Ruby class. All right. So in here, there's one here because I solved one problem there or something. I solved one problem in Java, so I make it a little confusing. But I can see that 23 submission under this, and I see that Alberto did 3. These guys did 6 and 6. So it's kind of cool, right? So let's just have fun with it. And back to our learning portal. Remember last week, then go home and submit your assignment, like your submission here. Just take this README file and then update it with the GIF. Okay, next. It's uncomfortable, right? Sitting too close. All right, let's start with our chat app and take it to production for people to use. You guys have not put a WebSocket app on Heroku. Am I right? Has anyone done that? Okay, there's a bit more work. And also, after you put it on Heroku, what happened? Like when you actually have users, you're like, did anyone have errors when they open the page, right? How many users I have? What's the activity like? Or what if the server crash? Or what if the data is gone? What to do? So we need to know how to do all of that. So, uh-oh. Let's go to localhost. What we have done so far to revisit is that, I have this URL and I gave you guys, and then we can try. I give you guys my IP address and we can try it. But let's take it public. Let's take it to Heroku, okay? So, hello world, right? It's sent here, and we already did that in all this WebSocket thing. And you can see the channels, some log here. We already understand how the WebSocket thing works. Okay, what's the next step we can do? Push to Heroku. Alright, so it means the first thing we're going to learn next is Heroku commands. How many Heroku commands do you know? Right, first one. Create. Yeah, this login if you install it for the first time. Heroku create. Now you can pass in the name, right? Well, I don't care what the name is, so I get that. Hidden River. What is next? Heroku. What? Exact? Are you sure? I've never used it. It's not a Heroku command. You just made it up. Run. Yeah, but run what? RailsDB create and what? There's no need to create because Heroku create a database for you. Okay? So you never do Heroku run RailsDB create. Make sense? What it does is just create the database empty and then you can migrate on it. So, yes. See, we have an empty Heroku app. Here's one extra command you can learn. Heroku dashboard. It displays all Heroku apps you have and activity online so far. And you can even see these little things. It means these sites, they have some visitors. So they are metrics. So I see that, I have some website that a lot of users keep coming back. But some other website, no one comes. You see? So I have some here, but then let's see. That's dashboard, so you know one extra, right? Heroku, we need to push it. Git push Heroku master. When you do this, what branch do you deploy? What branch am I at? Start. So before that, I have a start. I'm gonna start like lecture 6 action, right? Live. Alright, I have this branch. I need to deploy to Heroku just this branch only. What do? I deploy this branch, master. So remember this command because you do it a lot. Git push Heroku and then your branch, master. Heroku is only for pushing. Do not use it to pull. Yes, you can, but if you do that, then later you tell your friends, oh yeah, I push it on Heroku. Just pull from Heroku. You tell me that, I'm like, how the fuck do I know? If you push to Heroku, how can I see it, right? There's no GitHub browser and there's no notification. So never, right? Don't just give that excuse. Push to GitHub, pull from GitHub. That's where your code is what? Is the copy to work together. Heroku, just deploy. Make sense? And that's why there's only one branch. Make sense? And only the branch master, Heroku will run it. If you push any other branch to Heroku, it's just there, but who knows? No one will know. So let's just not do it. So you can do git push Heroku and then your branch name, but it just stay there. Why? So don't do it, yeah? Git push Heroku, your branch, and then master. Okay? Alright, so you learn one more command with git. If you want to delete a branch from, maybe on GitHub, you can do : like that. It will delete the branch. So it's quite interesting, right? Alright, I have it. Now I can run Heroku run Rails DB migrate. Now when all of this is going on, there's one command that is very useful. Okay, how do you run log? It will look like this guy. Heroku logs.
No, on the Google.
Huh?
On the Google.
Here? You type Heroku log? You're messing with me, right? And then?
Here, over there. Hello, cool log minus n.
Minus where?
Minus n 1,500.
Oh, yeah, here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're just asking me to cheat, right? By looking. Okay, most of the time you actually just need dash dash tail or dash t. Okay? So, and just ask for 1,500 lines. So that's quite useful. But then usually you do that. And then now you go to the page. How do you go to that page? Heroku, what? Open. All right. So when you're opening, then you must see something here, right? So you can see that, okay, so I have it on production. And then take a look. All right, so let's see. If I start saying something, if I enter like, Ruby. Okay. Does it work? So let's say if I have another tab. No. How do I know? How do I open that? Okay, hidden river. Okay, copy paste. Do you think it will work? Okay, so in here, so I'm gonna attach it under. All right, it's under here. I send a message, hey, and then it sent message change submitting. It's sent to the server, and then you see could not execute command. Jam load error specify Redis for action. What the hell is that? I have no problem on localhost. How do I fix this? Okay, yes, you don't need Google because you have me here, right? So how do I fix it in the code? Let's go to the code. Okay, so it's say at Redis. So let me explain. There's a cable.yaml. Okay, when you run your Rails server locally, the Rails server thing will run both to your HTTP server and your Redis. There's a socket server, yeah. But in production, you may have multiple HTTP server handling different requests. You only need one WebSocket server. So every time HTTP, things over there send to your WebSocket server, it just receive a message and then send out a message. They are very separate things. So that's why it's here. Production adapter Redis. So Redis is a database that's key value. Store database, you can store anything as a key and then under it there's a value. That's it. But it also has a mechanism called a pub/sub mechanism. So you can subscribe for changes. So this guy say, on production use Redis. That's why Rails complain here, hey, I'm using Redis but it doesn't exist. So what to do next? Alright, go here and then you say use Redis adapter to run action cable in production. Oh, that's easy. And then what's next? Bundle. And then after that, make sure you have these two changes, right? Now we're gonna commit. Add Redis. Git push what? Okay, git push Heroku lecture 6 live master, like that. And the second time you push to Heroku, it's a little faster, right? Because it's using all the past one, it's just installing an extra one. If you don't change anything to your CSS files, it's fast. And if you make some changes, it has to recompile. It's a little slower. Almost done. Okay, then let's try again, right? Reload. Reload. Do you think it works now? Just guess. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. Do you think it will work? Why not? So I sent a message and then it say app crash. Why does it crash? When it runs slash cable, it crash. Does anyone know? Uh-oh. How do you fix this, guys? Well, it doesn't understand what this localhost thing is. You know? What is this thing? If you install it on your own server, and then you can do this locally, by the way. You can copy this up here, okay? And then you can run your Redis server. Type Redis-server. If you Redis-server. Of course, you have to install Redis yourself. So there's Redis always run in this port by default. So technically, this is localhost port 6379. That looks good, right? /1. But we are on production. This is not good enough. We need to tell it a server. So server URL. So how do we find out? So I have this one more command. You've done it, right? Config. Where is your Rails PostgreSQL database? Database URL. You can actually look at this file. You can open your Postgres, GUI app. Let's say like Postico, and then you say, well, I want to connect to this website, right? Ta-da. Oh man, this is really long. So
the URL you fixed.
This thing over here is the website, of the URL. This front part is the password, and this is the username, and then this is the password. Yeah. So for example, if I do Heroku config grep database URL, and then I dump it into a file, dump. Okay, so I'll just look into this dump file. Alright, this file. So this URL down here, so this is the URL, Amazon URL, right? Copy. So let's say if I have this whatever, GUI, there are many GUI apps. I can say there's a new database. I'll just delete one of them. I'll just delete it. Nickname, what is our nickname? Chat app. Host is that website, right? What's the port? 5432 up here. So there's already, that's the port. And then there's a database at the end here. That's the database name. And then up here is, I haven't done this before, by the way, username. It's a long time ago. And then this is over here, that's oops. This is a password. Yeah? And let's see if I get it correct. Password is this. And then username is start with O and end with, okay, with N. And then I connect. Show certificate, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So now you can see your database, and then you can see that chat room and the chat messages I've had so far, right? Where is it? Messages here. Hello and hey. Isn't that cool? You can have this whole database graphical user interface. Well, that's PostgreSQL. We imagine we have another thing called Redis URL, and then there's a server. Yeah? The reason PostgreSQL work is it's provided by add-ons to your app. And there's one add-on so far. It's called the Heroku PostgreSQL add-on. Okay? Heroku add-ons. So we need one add-on for Redis, which is not, given to you by default. So you go to elements.heroku.com. You search for the word Redis. And these guys provide the Redis server to you. Remember Heroku PostgreSQL? Same thing. You can use this guy. It's the easiest, but it's also very cheap. Like, it's slower. These guys are a little faster. So if you can click on it, I can show you. You can see, okay, if I use this app, I can have the free tier, but I only have 25 megabyte for this database. I can only have 20 connection. Okay, that's it. And then after that, if I have more than that, I have to pay $15 a month. So let's look at the second guy. And of course, you can read other features up here. Yeah. The second guy said, well, you can have the free tier, and the next tier is cheaper, $5. Okay, I like it. But then I have less, and then I have like 10 connection. Okay, the pros and cons, right? And I look at the third guy. All right, starting at 0 again. This guy, the next tier, 10. Okay, if I have to pay, it's 10. But look, I have 30 megabyte. That's a bit more. And then 30 connections. I like it, right? And you can keep checking. And then look at this guy. And this guy, there's no free tier. So you don't want it, but you can see that it's very good, right? All right, so which one do I want? Let's use this one, okay? So I'll show you how to do the hard way. Now, you can do one way is to log in and install. If you guys are Ruby people, don't do it. You can just go in here and copy this line, okay? Command line. You ready? All right. So when you copy this line, it looks like this: Heroku add-on create Redis cloud, and then colon, and this is the price tier. That's a free tier. Connecting Redis, and then there can only run free blah 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 per an account. I already use it somewhere else. Oh no. This guy, I hate it. So what do? I go to dashboard Heroku. I'll just delete the other app. Okay.
Maximum fine
If you have your credit card, then it's okay. I have a lot. So, but I can only have one, and I can't find. This is bad, huh? I cannot find this. Which app actually used my this thing? When I did the practice round, I was able to, do this just now, and I destroyed that app, but it didn't destroy the. When I destroyed the app, it didn't destroy the. Okay, maybe I can just say log in. So you can use the web interface, right? This is a little lame. What is your app name? This is so long. What's our app name? Something like Hidden River. So go down here, you can type hidden, okay. And then it will complain. You see all this URL thing, remembering to do it on the web is very tricky. Did it work? Okay, free provision. And then it will probably show an error. Alright. But where is that free thing, Let me click on it. So what I'm trying to do here is that I go to the add-on, click on this. Some of you may have this problem. Click on this. It will log in as your Heroku account. And then I see that I have this over here. For some reason, someone already created. So let's delete this. Can I delete it? Sort of. It's weird. It's already given to my Hidden River just now. And I want to delete this account. It's weird, right? It creates this Redis server and then it just doesn't give it to me. It say you have to pay. Delete. I can't delete. Alright, so the principle is the same. Let's just use another free guy. Let's use I'll show you how to use okay, which one should we use next? Redis here, search. Okay, I'll find out how to remove it. I'll just use Redis to go, okay? Alright. Before I do that, I'll show you Heroku config again. And oh, this is so strange. It gave me this, but you know, it fails. They're going to need one free resource. So I can't use this Reddit cloud. But you see the principle is the same, right? Postgres, Redis, username, password, and then the URL. But I can't use this because it say it's not free. So I'll go for another free guy, which is this guy. You just learned something else, right? Add-ons :create. Now I have a few add-ons here. If you type this, it will display the list of add-on. I can destroy maybe this cloud thing if I don't like it. I'm just guessing, but it works. That's wrong. I need to type this app. Command will affect this app, so I type the word hidden river. When you do anything, you know, dangerous, Heroku tend to ask you to type that. So I only have 2 add-ons left. Now I have to tell Rails to use this Redis database. Make sense? And it will act as your WebSocket server as well. How do we do that? So for any add-on, you have to pay attention to this, yeah? For any add-on, Redis to go is the name of your add-on. If you go to the web, it's the long way, but you can say, not this. Okay, you can go straight to the dashboard that way, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I say, show me how to use this web add-on. Heroku add-ons docs. Okay? So this is the, this is the other admin portal. We're using Redis to go now, okay? Now look at this guy. This add-on is blah, blah, blah. So let's read, and then, using with Rails. What? Rails 2? They didn't update the... And then, so that's why it's a bit... For this case, it say, go to your development URL and then set the Redis to go in development. If you want to use this Redis, you can set it like this. Does it make sense? And then you have to tell Rails, like this, you will see this kind of README. It's a bit confusing. So Rails database.yaml, right? Heroku write it to say read the PostgreSQL from the environment variable Heroku config, remember? Database underscore, right? URL. Yeah?